I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties. Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile. Savored patiently to fully appreciate.
Once, there was a
This realm is... If you ever have it...
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I... Every journey has... Final day. Don't rush.
Sting as the moon! Transfixed!
Swirl, Mark 2! Animal testing!
Let me leave you alone. Draw my sword! This is where we go.
Add the frying pan!
And voila!
Everybody stand back!
A round of applause!
Terrified! Get with me! You're going in!
Let's get this show on the road!
I'll settle this!
You're open!
Time to act. Witness the power of Gugwa.
Commencing cleanup!
Now's our chance! Dividing cover fire!
Ready, steady, go!
You're open! Frost is coming! Hey! Day's reckoning! Frost is coming!
Let me leave you alone. Rain outlines your fate.
Leave the wounded to me!
Commencing cleanup! Here!
Witness the power of Gugwa. Yes.
Let's keep going, team! Final warning! Hey, traveler. Paimon.
Oh, Paimon knows them!
Over here.
To borrow one of the more popular turns of phrase at the moment, this appears to be quite the fated reunion. Running into you two out of the blue like this has really...
You can say that again. Wait, Paimon's got it. You must.
Actually, we've run into a bit of trouble.
Oh, are Lynette and
Yep, along with most of the other members of the House of the Hearth. You may have noticed...
So you're saying nearly the entire organization has moved to Poisson? Sounds like.
Since the two of you are so curious, perhaps I can fill in the gaps.
You scared Paimon half to death.
Father, you're here.
You know. On second.
No need to be nervous. I could send... Of course. I can also understand your confusion. Sending so many Fatui here to Poisson, it's only natural that some might suspect. I understand. I'm well aware you've had your fair share of confrontations with the Fatui in the past, and I can't exactly guarantee that we'll remain on good terms in the future. As for right now, however, I would say we have little reason to be at odds, wouldn't you? As for the issue at hand, well, it hardly relates to any ulterior motive. To be frank, it all stems from a certain rumor circulating.
What?
A rumor that a certain phantom child is hiding
A phantom child?
a spirit that should have long ceased to exist is lurking. So I decided to bring the children to Poisson before continuing to investigate the situation. If you're curious, or if you still have some concerns, it might... Lenny, I'll leave you to entertain our guests.
Of course, Father. It has long been a dream of... You're quite well known in the organization. If you're willing, why don't...
All right. We.
Of course. During our stay in Poisson, we've been helping out the locals with some fishing. We bring in quite the bounty every day. In fact, let's go. We rented this house from one of the locals to use as a temporary base. I'll come back.
Awesome. Thanks.
Well, when I happen to run into you two. With this many people staying in Poisson, we have to bring in outside supplies every now and then.
Okay. Well, there are all sorts of rumors about your organization floating. But now that we finally have the chance to.
Well, you're more than welcome to...
Linny! We're finally here. The supplies.
Brought them with me? Hello?
It's the Traveler and Paimon!
No way! Come here, everyone! Hurry! The Traveler and Paimon are here!
One at a time, please. Don't crowd around them all at...
Oh, it's all right! Gotta say, Paimon didn't... Of course! Father and Linny have told us so...
Father told us about how you helped Linny. According to her, you're a trustworthy friend. And as far as she's concerned, that's pretty much the highest compliment we've ever heard her give. As you can imagine, everyone's been very...
I heard the Traveler is so strong that she can move a... I heard Paimon eats so much that she can clean out the entire pantry. Wait a second! That's the rumor you heard about Paimon? Oh, wait. When guests visit... Oh, we don't need something like that. Besides, come on. We insist. I can give you some of my new potions. Huh? Or maybe Shaplo can teach you guys...
Ah, now that's not a bad idea. I know you usually prefer to fight head-on, but I was poisoned not too long ago, and I'm still dealing with the after effect.
Wait. When you said gifts, but those are the best things. Ooh, how about this? Tell me the name of some...
All right, Fold, Selwar. I think that you don't need a physical gift to make our guests happy. In fact, pestering them with suggestion after suggestion.
Really? Awesome! It's been... Yeah, especially...
Well, we'll...
All right, see you later.
Bye! Lenny, about all that...
Scared you, did it? When Foltz was really young, he strangled all of his family pets, just out of curiosity. He was labeled a dangerous problem child and was abandoned by his... Elwar has an unnatural obsession with potions. Father has forbidden her from trying all the different concoctions she comes up with, but she still tries to test them in secret. You really have to keep an eye on that one. Chaplot is around my age. While I'm mainly responsible for collecting intelligence, he handles surveillance. He's very... I know you two probably aren't used to that kind of talk, but I can promise you they only had the best of intentions. Things like... Filial, supplies are here.
Thanks. And who are these?
Ah, allow me to introduce you.
Oh, you're the famous duo It's nice to meet you. I heard you've traveled to all sorts of places.
Of course! We're making...
Oh,
You must be pretty familiar with Fontaine by now, then. Have you seen the new opera that's...
Oh, this is the first...
It seems like it's going to be fantastic. From...
oh, and there's the Blind Maiden, too. After this mission is...
Oh,
is it just Paimon, or do these two seem...
I heard that.
Oh!
I'm guessing you're referring to Foltz.
I bet those crazies are practically foaming at the mouth right now.
That's enough, Filial.
Don't talk about...
Guess this...
Well, that's it.
Well, they didn't seem too happy with each other. Seems like there could... You're right. Oh, Lenny's getting...
So, what do you think of the members you've met so far? Well, Father is always encouraging us to be strong-willed. Well, I should probably get cooking.
Of course!
Then let's head out and... Huh? Fremine? What are you...
Lemonade! Nice to see...
We were just going to make some food. Why don't you come along? I could use some help.
Seafood?
Were you looking for something just...
It's
Yeah, we've got some...
some food and...
No problem. Give me a second here. Food, water... Wait a minute. What do you need all of those for? You're not on any mission... Fremine, you remember what I told you? You're not like... Tell me what's going...
Maybe it'll...
This is the first...
just...
You're back!
Hello, my name's Linny.
Hi, You can call me
Clairvy?
It's nice. Does that name ring any...
No, not at all. She must be the phantom child Father's been searching for.
No, I haven't told anyone.
For how long?
About...
So ever since we got to Poisson, then?
I know what I'm...
Really? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like you're hiding the very person Father has been trying to find. You know the rules of the house, Fremine.
I've thought it through. Linny, don't you remember last year? Sheplo nearly died after getting poisoned during that one mission. He wasn't able to get back before the poison started taking effect. That night, while I was sleeping, I heard a voice telling me to go save him. That feeling of being haunted, of hearing
So what you're saying is...
Unless there are other spirits roaming around If Clairvy were our enemy, it wouldn't matter whether she was a spirit or an actual child. But she's been living with us, helping us from the I couldn't just hand her over to be dealt.
So what's your plan then?
I haven't thought that.
Come with me.
Those two sure care. Well, they got a funny way of showing it. No way. They have a really deep bond. I just don't know how long that kind of bond can last. The darkness in the house.
I'm sorry, Linny.
Oh, really? You didn't...
Huh?
You know, when we were younger, we grew up together, the three of us. We were all orphans. Later on, when you started calling me Linny, I wasn't actually surprised. After all,
Linny...
The darkest and most difficult moments of my life happened before you and I had ever met. I'm sure that's true for you as well. Even so, you and Lynette are the most important people in my life.
Oh, looks like things are getting kind of heated between Linny... Oh, it's raining. Hey, you two! Hope we... Oh, wait a minute, friend... Well, we're all friends here, right?
It's just a small family dispute. It's not something our guests should trouble themselves with.
What are you getting at, Trap?
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And I... just... Thank you. I was...
Me too.
Well, back to the matter at hand then. If we don't plan on handing Clairvy over to Father, then our only other option is to solve the That means finding out where she came from and what...
I've tried that.
And?
And... nothing. She even came with us all the way to Poisson.
I don't know
Let's see here. Paimon remembers hearing something like... If you... Oh, it's just that Paimon doesn't really remember...
Well, sounds like it's worth a shot. Guess that means we should go ask...
What is it?
I need you to promise me that this will stay between the two of us. We're...
Of course.
All right. Then let's seal the promise just like when we were kids. Fist bump on 3. Ready? 1, 2...
I swear.
Whoa!
Lynette!
But what a surprise! What brings you here, dear sister? And, when exactly did you get here?
You're an idiot, brother. And you too, Fremine. You 3, Traveler. And you 4, Paimon.
Wait, what did we do?
I've seen Clairvy around the House of the Hearth before. I hadn't seen her in Poisson, so I figured I heard you talking about your plan. Rather than... If you don't agree, I'll have no choice but to report everything.
You're not well, I guess we're all in this. There's no time to lose.
Take it easy.
I'm full. She said she's full, but the food doesn't look like it's even been touched.
That's right. Still, when she's presented with food,
Does she know that she is a...
I've tried to ask her, but she didn't answer.
Clairvy, if you've got some time,
Sure. Oh, another new...
Hello.
Clairvy, how did...
Huh? The knave brings you here and...
It's just that your name...
The roster? Oh, the people in charge. They're not as nice as they look. They say they keep a roster, but it's not complete in this house. Some people are family, and other people are just test subjects. Those kinds of people aren't ever going to get a place on the roster. Unless it's the roster of people who've been executed. Wait,
Is there anyone that can vouch?
Perry. She's my best friend.
Have either of you heard of that name?
No.
Me neither.
Clairvy. But it seems like she's telling... Maybe we should...
Oh,
It can be anything you want. Just imagine. It's your birthday, you're blowing out the candles.
to where the sun can find... That's... it? Well, that sounds easy enough. The darkness in the house...
Okay, time to divide and conquer. I'll try and find a way to use basic illusory magic to take... Lynette, try and find the list of executions that Clairvy was Fremine, you stay in Poisson. We can't be the only ones who've had run-ins with
Understood.
I'll try my...
What about us?
I really appreciate your willingness to help, but let me think. Since Father considers you to be
Ah, Paimon gets it.
I'll give you a magic bird. If Father suspects something, all you need to do is release... Of course, that's only as a last resort. If Father doesn't seem to... If the worst-case scenario happens and we're discovered, just tell Father everything. We're not going to let our guests get punished for our own actions. That's where we draw you too. I really hope this goes well.
It's the knave. And... child! Hey, aren't you supposed to be in...
Oh, it's you two. I was unconscious for quite a while after the fight in the Primordial Sea. After I woke up, I realized I was being taken back to Snap. I couldn't have that now, could I? Not when I've still got unfinished business here in Fontaine. So, I mustered up all my strength and made the journey back on my own.
What sort of unfinished business are we talking here?
It has to do with Skirk, my master. I really wanted to meet up with her, but by the time I got back, she'd already left. I still have so many questions for her. Without any other leads, all I could do was ask the knave to help me track her down. She must have left behind some traces from her time in Fontaine.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, no. While the House of the Hearth is adept at collecting all manner of intelligence, certain existences...
Basically, unless Master feels there's a need to meet with me, she's not going to be found. But that problem has an easy fix. I just need to become stronger, and then...
Paimon thinks you should focus on getting better first.
The worst of it is over. It's all thanks to that one kid from the House of the Hearth. Elwar, I think her name was. She gave me a bunch of random potions to drink. They didn't go down easy, let me tell you. Pain and chills all over. But they really did help speed up my recovery. And that's good, because it looks like I really do have to head back this time. The old man's been putting the
Project Stuja?
Yeah, that's the one. I heard Regrator's involved too. I'm not looking forward to having to listen to all his monologuing, that's for sure. Helping Linny and the others brush up on their fighting skills would be far more interesting. If you and I could spar, that would be even better.
And what a sweet little daydream that is. But I also, besides, considering how little they see fit to step outside the homeland, being called on to return to Snezhnaya by such illustrious dignitaries, what a great honor. Wouldn't you agree?
One I could do.
Is it just Paimon? Or does it kind of seem like they're...
So, dear guests of the House of the...
well, right! We're super close to
Is that so? Introduction...
well, you see? There's only so much you can learn about someone from a short introduction. At least...
Good question.
The fact that you have to ask tells me our intelligence work has been quite successful. Telling you the answer to that question would only serve to undermine that success. And we can't have that. Now can we?
Spoken like a true diplomat. That was some experts.
Well, if there's nothing else, I think I'll take my leave. I still have a small matter to resolve.
Wait, don't go!
I've met some of the members of your organization, and they all seemed like which, by the way, if you ever betray them...
And why would I betray...
Well, you've already betrayed the House of the Hearth once, haven't you? Okay, I admit. That's just what the old man told me.
Wait, did you really do something bad to those...
Never mind what I've done. I'm more curious as to what the mighty Roos...
Well, nothing much. Just some stuff about you taking out many other members of the House of the Hearth. Oh, based on your reaction.
Hardly. I don't appreciate his particular turns of phrase. But I suppose he didn't say... Although, it would be more accurate to say that there is a certain level of prejudice involved. But I don't intend to clear that up just yet. Prejudice has a funny way of concealing the real truth behind certain things, an attribute that I find to be quite advantageous. Call yourself a Fontainian, for example, and people will assume all sorts of things, when the real truth...
Huh? You're not actually from Fontaine? But then why
I was trying to protect the children born in Fontaine. Claiming that I myself was a Fontainian simply made it easier to operate. The primordial sea wouldn't have any effect on me, but it would have caused great harm to the House of the Hearth. Well,
So, you stayed in Fontaine for the kids. I guess I was wrong to believe you'd betray them. Apologies. Looks like I was holding on.
good. Like I said.
Actually, while I was recuperating at the House of the Hearth, I heard that members always resolve disputes and arguments with a friendly spar, and the loser has to back.
Well, that's only a recent development. In the past, such spars weren't nearly so.
They were that high stakes?
Well, the current atmosphere's not half bad. I'm a bit jealous, actually. You've got.
Having a lot of family around means dealing with a considerable amount of bickering and scheming. Once Tonya and Tusser enter their rebellious phase, I'm sure. Just imagine. Tusser becomes obsessed with plucking out strands from the rooster's mustache, or Tonya decides to dye her hair 42 different colors.
Okay. I get the picture. Well, would you, Traveler, Paimon? I'm not sure where our paths will cross.
Again, maybe this is a conversation we can have when you look less like you're gonna kill him.
All right.
No thanks necessary. You also played a part in obtaining the note.
I like the sound of that.
We should probably get going too.
Oh?
Well, you see...
I'm rather enjoying the evening breeze. If you don't mind, I think I'll stick around. Apologies for not attending to you like a proper host. Please forgive this slight. I do.
We managed to keep her distracted until nightfall. Good thing Child was there to keep the conversation going. You don't think she suspected anything, do you? Oh, I wonder if Liddy ran into any issues. Let's hurry back and see how everything went.
Oh? You decided to.
Ad Astra. Thank you for complete.
Lenny, how did everything go?
Well, long story short, we ran into. Everything was fine at first. She followed. But as I led her out of the shadows and into the sunlight, she vanished. I turned around and there she was, standing at the edge of the shadows, silently watching.
Huh. Maybe she's afraid of sunlight, or... Well, oh, true.
I've pretty much tried it all already. Nothing worked.
Good.
Really? Oh, that's a lot of pages. Oh, it's gonna take forever to get...
We can each take a section. Here.
La Pouillade... Oh, yikes. That rare guy has a...
Ah, I've met him before. The scar is from an injury.
Did he...
Well, I asked if there was someone he was interested in. It was only later that I learned he really did have someone he liked. He risked everything to...
Wait, so that...
It may seem cruel, but its betrayal is not to be taken lightly. We know too many secrets to come and go as we please. Her name's not here, huh? Well, let's shift our attention then. Fremine, were you able to find any... Fremine...
Sorry. I managed to talk to quite a few people.
Strange.
Yeah, I mean, I know there have been...
Oh, those are two of the people that we met while delivering supplies. Paimon can see how they might not get along. They had very different vibes, and they're...
That's to be expected, actually. Father brought us all here, shared her knowledge with us, taught us how to fight. That's one thing we all share. But that's also where the similarities end. Not all of us feel the same desire to stay here. As members of the House of the Hearth, we're also considered part of the Fatui. And to a lot of people, that's certain members get older and realize they want something else for themselves. People like Chaplot and Foltz are loyal to Father and her vision.
These kinds of conflicts have always been there.
Well, that's true. But it just feels like things have... I can't say for sure.
You think she's been in...
No, not exactly. She's told me about it before. Experiment...
And they just believed...
Clairvy's words probably gave them the excuse they were looking for.
This is all...
Whoa. What's this Project Stooja all about, huh? This is the...
Sorry, but I'm not sure of the details either. I only know what Father has told us, which is that it's something the Rooster and Regrader have been working on together. Apparently, it has to do with the Fatui's strategic plan for the future. Because the House of the Hearth was so successful in obtaining the Gnosis, we now...
Wait, but isn't that...
Key role is just another way of saying Father thinks so too, but she's in no position to refuse. It's just that... we'll lose a lot of members in the process. Participate...
Okay, super complicated top secret Fatui business aside, what does all of this...
External pressure has a way of exacerbating internal strife. You can't overlook the power of fear either. People are afraid of dying. And that fear is often the impetus for a lot of stupid decisions. I thought resolving the Clairvy situation would make everything go back to... But it looks like things are more complicated than I thought. If we leave Filiol and the others to their own devices, sooner or later, Father...
We can only focus on one situation at a time.
You're right. Even if, well, it's getting late. Lynette, you stick with me this time. Fremine, keep a close eye on Filial and the others. Good work today, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, my... Hey, she's even scary when she smiles. If she were to actually get angry... Ooh, you have to protect Paimon if that happens, okay, Traveler? Oh, well, in that case, we should just plan on... Look! Look over there! Quick, let's catch up with her before anyone sees... Over there! Look! She stopped! Clairvy! Shh! I opened the window and look how pretty the outside is. If only I could have more than this. You probably think I'm being silly, huh? All this hopeless resisting. It's better to dream of what I could have than try to make it a reality, right? Please, help us get on the same page. Sure. Although, everyone in this family is nothing more than a tool. As long as you're useful, you get to stick around. Lose your value, you're handed over to the doc. You're saying... It's just... That doesn't seem like something she would do. I mean, everyone thinks she's a good person. They all think Mother, but she doesn't deserve that title. She's disgraced it and tarnished it. If only Perry were here, she'd understand. Harry. Also, it almost feels like she's not really here with us. Paimon can't... Well, in any case, it seems she looks so young. It's getting... Ooh, look at the moon! Isn't it pretty? Hey, wanna hear a secret? Perry and I promised each other, but I can't find her. I'm worried she's also been... No, that wouldn't happen to her. She said I should really go talk to Mother, but we just fought. She doesn't want to see me. What should I do? I'm on really... Well, let's head back. We've got...
All right, looks like we're all here. Let's go.
Oh? What is it?
What makes you ask?
Well, we kinda ran... We met the doctor back in Sumeru.
It's possible that Father and the Doctor have had... We're not really on the same side, so there's not a lot of trust between... I did hear, though, that when Father first became a... Father rejected most of his proposals...
Secret experiment? Could...
I don't think so.
I don't know any details about the experiment itself, but I do know it's an entirely independent operation. The Doctor only the details of the experiment are confidential, but complete records are kept on all participants. I know you don't agree with some of the Fatui's methods, and I'm not asking...
Alright, that's good to hear. Clairvy seems to think the Knave and the Doctor worked together to do something horrible. It's just that... It doesn't seem like Clairvy... The easiest thing to do would be just ask the Knave directly, but...
Father didn't come back last night. She's Lynette, you're with me. Fremine? Alright.
Ah, it's you two again. I must say, you look... Perhaps if you had less on your mind, you'd be... So what are you planning to do now? Catch up on some sleep? Or should I give you some time to rack your brain for a topic to discuss before I ask any questions? Although I must profess to being curious. Without child here, how do you plan on distracting me?
Us? Distract you? A good one. But, no, we were just here for a chat.
Looks like you could have used some extra time to think. No matter. If you don't have... Don't worry. I'll be sure to steer clear of any scheming children.
The ocean breeze is sure nice today.
Children always think they can hide things from the grown-ups. But nothing gets past me. Least of all a little scheming. Well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined, meet me outside the Palais Mermonia. Good things come to children who do as they're told. So I do hope you decided to...
What should we do? She clearly knows about everything we've been doing, and Paimon doesn't think it'd be a stretch to say she was threatening us just now. Oh, good idea. Well, we should probably head to the Palais Mermonia. Paimon doesn't want to find out what happens if we don't show up. Based on what the knave was saying just now, it sure didn't seem... Okay, then we probably shouldn't keep her waiting. It seems like Linny...
Seeing as we still have some time before my meeting, we might as well... I'm glad to see you get along with my children.
You're not planning on doing anything...
I assume you're referring to although, there's that situation with Filial and Nentoy as well. No matter. I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray the...
Does that mean you're going to kill them?
Oh. Are you here to beg for their lives? I'm sorry.
But don't you care about them at all? They really respect you.
Any organization in which feelings come before principles is one destined for ruin. The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception. You could say our principles are more... Perhaps I can offer you this consolation at least. As our guests, I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Fremine will be able to keep their lives. As for Filial, Nentoy, and the others, I'm afraid there's little I can do. They can...
But that...
Ah, you seem concerned. Out of consideration for my guest, if Linny and the others manage to dispose of Clairvy in the meantime, all evidence of their wrongdoing will be lost. In that case, I could hardly punish them for something I couldn't prove. If their efforts are unsuccessful, on the other hand, all will be held accountable. And the punishment, of course. Oh, and here, I believe this belongs to you. Do try and keep better track of it next time. It takes a considerable amount of time to train a bird like this. It would be such a pity if you were to lose it.
Wait, where did you get that?
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to chat. I asked you to meet me here because I have business at the Palais Mermonia. It has nothing to do with you, but I think it would be prudent. Well, time to go. It's been a while, I must say. I wasn't expecting my meeting request to be approved quite so quickly.
It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be afforded. Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate we would have the occasion to meet again after... I see you brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well. If I may...
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, an outstanding... It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this...
I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see why you would wish for such a thing.
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean. But I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within...
Did you...
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled with tainted water.
It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's drained of all impurities and return...
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal.
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I will end, unless absolutely necessary.
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe assassination...
Tartuffe? Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean? Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I'm sure certain measures could be taken to reduce the
You choose your words carefully indeed.
My thanks for your generosity. Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do hope.
Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your...
All right, traveler Paimon. Time to go.
So, what exactly were you talking about back? Paimon only heard you mention some rivers, a large...
You really want to know? I would...
Winnie, Paimon really hopes everything's Oh, Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your thinking cap on, don't you?
Oh, shoot. Are you all right? Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on selling the... Well, let me make it up.
Oh, you don't have to give us anything.
Please, I want to. It's not like I'm short on supply. All the extras, it's my fault, really. I was just trying to bring home some
What's going on here?
Nothing much. I just ran into your friend.
Hold on.
Of course, I'm happy to compensate you with Mora, it's just...
I'll take 3 papers.
Oh! Thank you for your patronage. If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably just take on a smaller inventory though, right?
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson. We've...
Actually, why... Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to Poisson.
It appears you two are under the impression that delaying our return will somehow alter the situation in your... That being said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. I just have one. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious.
Wait, why are you being so generous?
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent for bad things.
Then what do you...
The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive... Wonderful. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation. And...
Okay, sounds normal enough.
That is for you to decide. Then we have a deal. Follow me.
place?
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be a grand building. No one comes here anymore. Nor does anyone care about what once happened here. Although, this place does have something. It was before I became a Harbinger. And before Linny and the others joined the House of the Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clairvy and then her mother. And this is where it all happened.
You were the one that killed Clairvy?
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first. I'll start from the beginning. Clairvy was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live in the House of the Hearth. From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale. A thriving family made up of kind adults and friendly children. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clairvy's mother by blood, but she was also the mother to all the children in the house. Clairvy was happy here, for a time. But she quickly realized that being part of
Purgatory?
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Tevat. But as for how to raise them... Crucibina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children to fight, force them to duel each other, and then crown as the king of the house the child who proved themselves most worthy of inheriting her title. It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. There's little I can say about the ones who died. The ones that emerged with permanent injuries, on the other hand, they would be handed over to the doctor to be experimented on, or sent away on day.
So those were the experiments Clairvy was talking about. You said that Clairvy was Crucibina's daughter, so if Clairvy tried to convince her to...
Despite being Clairvy's mother, Crucibina cared little for her daughter. She forced Clairvy to join the House of the Hearth only as a means to demonstrate her own impartiality as a mother. Clairvy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to fight back. Of course, there was one exception. Someone Clairvy's age, who knew the truth about the House of the Hearth. Her name was Peruware.
Wait, the friend that...
Friend, huh? I suppose we can call her that for now. Clairvy was a cheerful and passionate person with a tenacious spirit. Peruware, on the other hand, was rather cold-blooded. Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through Crucibina's facade. Yet, it was also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting against it. At least at first. While Clairvy longed for freedom, Peruware was convinced that, amid all the fighting and violence, she would make it until the end. Despite their differences, the two became fast friends, united by their knowledge of the truth. Clairvy told Peruware that she hoped to create a real family, where no one would be killed or sacrificed. There may have been a certain naivete to her ideas, but Clairvy proved her determination many times over. She tried countless times to run away, ask for help, or expose the truth. But her efforts only earned her beating after beating. The only thing that kept her going was her... Even with her body racked with pain, she would still stand on her tiptoes and open the window at night. She and Peruware would look out at the moon together, a fierce longing for freedom shining in her eyes.
Oh no.
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. 10 years worth of failure after failure. She and Peruware... It was during this time that Peruware suggested a new plan. If Clairvy rejected that proposal, she claimed that as a famous harbinger, Clairvy never gave another reason, but Peruware could see it written all over her face. Clairvy, if she couldn't escape and fight back, then only one up precisely. Death. It happened during a duel. When she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other than Peruware. The very person that had stood by her side all those years. It was a fierce battle. But ultimately, Clairvy decided to let From that moment on, Paraware's journey was one written in flames. When the rain finally came and washed it all away, there she stood, the sole victor in Mother's endless game of slaughter. A trail of corpses strewn across her path to success. It was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. Even then, she believed she would make it until the end. She wasn't surprised by the fact that she emerged as Mother's undisputed heir. Rather, her success left her with an inexplicable sense of restlessness. She was unsettled, and there was only one thing that could quell that sensation. Perhaps you two would like to take a guess as to what it was?
Crucibina, you mean?
Correct. This is the place where Peruware killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where she fought tooth and nail to kill the mother they shared. The moment she acted, any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. It's when Peruware won the battle, and became a harbinger herself. After which Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, bestowed upon her a new name. Arlecchino.
So the Perry Clairvy was talking about... It was you all along.
I left that name behind long ago. After I defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself, and that is where the story ends.
Yeah. Based on what you just told us...
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame. Her existence is like ashes to a fire. Something left over in the wake of blaze and ruin. You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leave behind shadows of anything they consume. Of course, the chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are exceedingly slim. Clairvy died when she was 16 years old, but what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were...
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clairvy is someone trapped in time. It may seem...
So if all of that is true...
Indeed. She's a rather volatile but other times, she would hide from me and become a... Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight. They failed, yes? The rebut. No matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate so much as a single speck of ash will be—
Wait! Paimon can understand why you might want her gun, but isn't that... So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend! At least talk to her first!
It's too late for that. She broke the rules, and now she must be punished. That goes for Filial and Nantoy as well. I hope you understand. The difference between Crucibina and myself lies in our formulation of the rules, not our policy for enforcing them. Upholding the rules without question is a trait we both share.
Is this really what you want to do?
Whatever could you mean?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs: anger and sorrow. Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes... Well, it appears it's about time to proceed. Before we arrived, I told some of my well-behaved children to bring our troublemakers here by nightfall. I do believe I've kept my end of the deal. I give your friends.
Here they are, Father.
You gonna execute him? Seems Lenny!
I'm sorry. But I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill her wish.
Huh? Are you...
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Perry!
Shh. Stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first, I believe certain scores need settling.
Father, let me
Out of my way.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house. And for that. Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later. As for right now, the more—
By traitors?
Father, let me explain. We didn't mean to.
Fultz, why don't you—
Yes, Father. Secret Midnight Meeting number 3. Participants, Filial, Nantoy, Sato. Nantoy clearly said, if only Father wasn't the one who took us in. Sato added, I'm sick of this life. Filial was the worst of them all. She called us crazies and said a bunch of—
I did not! You're lying!
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things. After that, you and Toddy and a bunch of other people started talking about Clairvy. You were using all those things Clairvy brought up as an We're birds locked in a cage. The only way out is to destroy it.
You little. You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Sheplo? Have you forgotten who stood by your sickbed, watched over you, and changed your dressings?
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die.
Liar. You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case.
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know the type— a single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's never happened. That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Poisson, you've had 7 secret meetings. A lot of the things you talk—
You've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. Now that I think about it—
Filial, Nance, I owe you both my life. I owe Clairvy too. If this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that.
Why?
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake. I'm sorry, Sheplo. Fultz, we...
Sheplo, according to the rules of the House of the Heart.
All those who betray the house.
And so it shall be.
Father, please wait!
Something you want to say?
Please reconsider, Father. We all come from broken families. But the truth is, none of us know what a real home should look. I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I know is this. So please, Father.
I agree with Lenny.
Father, please. Lenny.
I also agree with Linny.
An order, once given, cannot— However, given the extent of your—
Our weapons?
Father, are you referring to a duel?
Precisely. The rules of the— However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer—
Impossible. Did you hear that, Traveler? Lenny and the others have to duel the knave. What should we do? If they lose, those people from the house are really gonna be executed. Hey!
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye?
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver.
Oh. Looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this. Guess that means...
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
Traveler?
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal, after all. All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon, and give it your all. Any less.
Embrace the ice!
Is it my turn now?
Birds call!
I will have order.
Watch out for Father's movement!
Now that's more like it.
Solidify.
With the fall of darkness, destruction shall rise. Have a taste of purgatory. Is it my turn now?
Quietly, getting you!
Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy opponent after.
Order guide you. Gather.
Watch out for Father's movement!
Kindness has been seared away. My blade is all that remains.
Embrace the ice!
Watch out for Father's movement! Look out!
Suntown is only the beginning. You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Oh, I know. No! I'm sorry, Father!
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack. Made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
A crimson moon. I can't move.
Still, not strong enough to beat me. I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests, after all. We wouldn't want things to get too out of hand.
Brother, are you all right?
Lenny!
Given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed, the punishment stands.
No!
I never thought things would end.
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of this, Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping.
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for.
Wonderful. Then,
Bottled flames?
indeed, they're the product of a secret experiment. Under certain once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. No harm will come to you physically, but your memories, if you can withstand the pain. When you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know about the House of the Hearth, and will be expelled from the... In other words, administering this concoction will kill... Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Lose...
So, you're just...
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die, and our secrets will die with you. So no.
Even so, I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down. But I really...
Don't cry. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to...
Of course.
Dry your tears, and go pursue the life...
Yes, Father!
Chaplot, Fultz, Elwar, I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. Goodbye, children. The next time we... Thank you for all you've done for the...
Father.
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Lenny.
Thank you.
Clairvy.
Can we talk now? I've been waiting for a super long time. You really are Perry, aren't you? Wait, did I somehow travel to the future?
Neither. You died, Clairvy. That's what happened.
You could have at least sugarcoated it a little. Look, she's done speechless. Huh? That's it. Yep. If that's what... Plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. Can you tell me about it?
You never stopped trying to At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared you. Still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after but you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure. Still, you never turned your sword on Cruz. For the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom. But now, I realize that the only freedom I truly possess...
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn, but somehow, I still think I understand. According to Mother's plan, if I could do it all over again, I still don't...
Is that so? But as the head of the House of the Hearth, and as the children's father, it's something I discussed with the Eudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove themselves worthy.
That's more than enough. You know, Perry, I think you're a pretty amazing... I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places.
Really?
Of course! We've traveled all over the place. We've got so many stories, we could probably talk to...
You know, I'm playing the lute while singing into the winds of freedom. That's where... If I had some more, it's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses. And Mother, she probably... Those yokai you meant, I once saw a drawing of this one guy...
Oh, sounds like you're talking about an Oni.
I was always too afraid to skip Muppet at the academia. I'm just kidding. Being able to...
The situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were accused of...
Oh no!
Don't worry, we were able to turn the situation around super...
How'd you do that? Come on, tell me!
Ahem. Okay.
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Clairvy, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? Oh, I almost forgot. There's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Parallel. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
Clairvy. She left so soon. Paimon did...
I also have certain sentiments left unsaid. I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as the ones in the pictures. But a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any longer, whatever regrets may linger. Let them be lost to the coming of a new day.
Father?
It's Linny! Hey, Linny! What is he doing back here? Let's...
Father, the bottled flames have been...
And you?
Thank you for giving us that. Lynette and Fremine feel the same way. They're recuperating.
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king, I must admit. I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing...
I just... never understood.
You're brave. Talent. You would do anything to protect...
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny. It's all
You're a hero, Linny.
Hero. Father is the real hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, there's no way I would have... I'm not deserving of that.
You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction. We may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. What you truly lack is strength. Even without that strength, you still chose to face me in a duel, even though the odds were...
Father.
No one knows what the future holds, what tragedy or triumph may be in store. Being at the head of this organization requires the strength of will to face... If reaching a certain standard were required to go after what you want, I would never have succeeded in killing my predecessor. Back then, there was still a considerable... Strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions will
I understand, Father.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. The road ahead is not an easy one. So...
You've done so much for me, Father. And that kindness must be protecting my family.
Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Stuja, you need not be too concerned. Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Heart, at present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go un... As for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or foe, no matter how arduous the journey ahead,
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier.
Didn't Linny say that Lynette and Fremine were recovering at the Hotel Booth d'été? Oh, Paimon wonders how they're doing. Maybe we should go check on them. Lynette? Fremine? How are you feeling?
Much better.
Whew,
What about you?
I knew you'd come out unscathed. Oh, Linny and the other members have left Poisson and returned to the House of the Hearth. according to him, there haven't been any more sightings of a spirit roaming the
I see.
I'm glad Father came to check up on us 2 days ago and told us about what happened with Crusabina and Clairvy.
Wait, what? You've met the...
Crusabina died a year after Clairvy. It was during the year between their deaths that I joined the House of the Hearth. Crusabina had an extremely cruel and radical way of... When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end. And a couple of months after I joined, Father killed Crusabina and burned all her files.
Father took in Lenny and me a couple months after that, but she never meant...
Really? The last time you talked to her, did she mention what?
She said she didn't want us to be affected by the darkness of the past. She was worried we'd develop a false sense of gratitude towards her if we knew about it. The foundation of a family should be free of any corrupting influence. Whatever happened, that's what Father told.
But I still thanked her for everything. It was only after hearing about what Crusabina did, if Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth.
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. She doesn't, but even if we didn't know, we may have arguments or times when we feel wronged. Some people...
Whether the path before us is bathed in sunlight or shrouded in shadow. So I wanted to say thank you for helping us make it through this crisis.
Oh, we didn't do anything.
Of course.
Our Philly...
I actually saw them at a... They didn't recognize me. From what I could... They seemed happy.
Solidify!
Afraid? Or do you not even have the courage to be afraid?
Let the mighty be humble!
Closer now. Now that's more like it.
This is order!
With the fall of darkness, destruction shall rise.
Silence!
Have a taste of purgatory.
When the tide comes in,
Who's next?
I shall return.
Look. Trapped like a bunch of helpless animals. Shine down. Closer now. Is it my turn now? Inazuma shines eternal! Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy opponent after all.
Order guide you. Gather.
This has been seared away. My blade is all that remains.
Solidify! Be sanctified.
Suntown is only the beginning.
Gather! Stabilize!
There is no escape.
I see everything.
The sun and moon have set. Only ruin remains. The struggle in vain.
I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties. Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm. I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties. Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm. Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it. Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm. Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it.
I hope the weather's nice like this tomorrow as well.
Such fine...
What are my orders?
Blitz.
No rest for the wicked.
I summon thee! Rest and rebuild! As per our contract.
Let's spark things up a little. You've been a naughty boy.
Fräulein.
Weren't you?
As per our contract.
The threads of your fate lie in my hands.
As per our contract. What are my orders?
In the name of the Prinzessin. Oz, reveal thyself!
The fate of this world is already.
We'll need a strategy. Allow me! As per our contract.
All shall turn to dust.
Quiver!
I willingly yield.
What are my orders?
the threads of your fate lie in my hands.
Rain outlines your fate. What are my orders?
Much remains unfinished. Take heart. Victory will be ours. Fire hazard!
What are my orders?
This is long overdue. The fuse is lit! In the name of the Prinzessin! I summon thee! Ah! Ah!
What are my orders?
I have taught you everything I know.
threads of your fate lie in my hands.
I summon thee!
No rest for the wicked.
As per our contract.
Access denied. The threads of your fate lie in my hands.
Oz, reveal thyself!
Mein Fräulein.
As per our contract.
We'll need a strategy.
What are my orders? For Rex Lepus!
Let's finish this, swiftly.
I won't hold you back. Much.
Gather!
Everybody stand back!
Silence!
Solidify! Gather! Time for retribution!